What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Goods, XY, Big Z. Back in the building, man. Listen, if you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Violate that like button for your boy, man. Listen, we talking about Pusha T, man. Pusha T, Clipse, No Malice. Y'all already know what it is, man. Everybody is anticipating this album. I am definitely anticipating this album, and I am prepared for it. But one time, shout out to the Clipse rollout. The Clipse have been doing a rollout that is amazing to see. It's great to see hip-hop back again one more time. One time for hip-hop. One time for hip-hop. If there's one thing that we've been seeing throughout this whole thing, we've been seeing everybody talk about the Travis Scott situation and, you know, his reasoning behind everything. Because a lot of people are starting to hate on this. The people that want to hate on this project, they're looking at this kind of in the sense that the Clipse need this for an album rollout. Now, we all know that drama sells, right? Drama sells. We all know if drama is behind it, it can definitely help it out. But I think what people are failing to realize is we're watching real hip hop and we're watching somebody who just isn't afraid to say what the fuck he wants to say. One of the issues that we have is that people just ain't honest no more. Like, everybody sugarcoat shit. People are so used to artists just dancing around who they have issues with or whatever they want to say in subliminals. It's that bitch made shit, man. It is what it is, man. But people are used to that. So now people look at this situation and instead of saying, well, Pusha's being honest, they're looking at it like, oh, they're doing this for a rollout. You mad? Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at what Pusha had to say about Travis Scott, because he doubled down on it. And this is what I call being honest in hip hop. And I'm a fan of it.
It all came from actually being in Paris.
So be it, so be it. So be it, so
It came through carrying the, you know, the Utopia briefcase.
Right. Yep.
You know, doing his whole spiel.
Mm-hmm.
He comes, he interrupts the session. The next day, the meltdown verse or whatever comes on.
I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss.
You know,
Drake on Travis Scott talking about
melting
P, Pharrell's jewelry.
Yeah, and all of that. That was a corny, like, you shouldn't have been here anyway. Him specifically too. I don't take it as personal as I should. It's Travis. He's harmless. I'm not into what his whole makeup. I took it there.
Her Utopia had moved right up the street, and her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat.
And then to, like, you know, to come back in our fold.
To make a point of...
Yeah, to invade the fold and then, you know, do all that he did. It was like, man, that was corny. He's shameless. He does it. You've seen him do it to everybody.
Whore.
I've definitely had to put my hand on your shoulder. You died in front of me. You cried in front of me.
Can we normalize calling out corny shit? Like, real talk, can we normalize calling out corny shit? Like, can we stop rewarding corny shit? Can we stop acting like corny shit doesn't exist? I think that's one of the things that we need to start doing, if we're being honest. That's all I'm saying. Now, Pusha T also went on in this conversation to talk about the Clipse and the Def Jam situation. Now, I thought this was interesting because it kind of gives you some insight on everything that was going on, kind of reasoning behind it, right? Let's see what he had to say about that.
Keep it moving. You put out Story About It on SoundCloud. Commercially, the Pop Smoke
that
verse
happened.
Removed.
The verses get removed. A couple verses get removed. I move on. I just move on musically.
Right.
You know.
So then fast forward to 2024.
Fast forward, yeah.
Drake and Kendrick do their thing.
Boom.
Drake files a lawsuit.
Boom.
You play them your new song with a Kendrick verse on it.
Boom.
How do they...
Now, mind you, the energy up to that point is everybody's clamoring, oh, new album, so on and so forth. Excitement. Everybody's ready. Listen, we 10 songs, 11 songs, 12 songs away. I mean, you know, close. We show up with the Kendrick verse.
And this will always forever be crazy to me. It will always forever be crazy to me that a label was this spooked about this. Like, when we go back and we look at this is probably one of the biggest rap battles that basically affected the entire music industry. Like, let's be for real. This shit affected the entire music industry. This shit was like a earthquake with like magnitudes of shit happening. Like, everybody was affected in a way. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, you had labels afraid to drop tracks. Well, not labels, but this one afraid to drop tracks because of the optics. It's insane.
And everything's halted. It's halted. It's said that it will not be put out. They just didn't want to put it out. They would not speak via email.
They
would
want
not
everything in writing.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Now I'm sure you all can, figure this out. If they didn't want to speak through email, what do y'all think is the reason for that? They didn't want a paper trail. They didn't want them to be able to use this later on. So everything had to be verbal. They wanted to just speak about shit verbally and in person. And to me, that's slimy shit within itself. And you could tell that these labels moving on eggshells, bro. Like, this whole lawsuit shit just got everybody fucked up, man. Like, we've never been in a place where somebody has sued over a diss track. And, right now, it's like nobody's talking about it. But when it comes time for them to actually start doing shit in court, this shit is gonna get crazy if it gets to that point. But it's just crazy to think about that. People are really walking on eggshells after this man done sued. The whole game done changed for people because people now are afraid to get sued. That shit is wild.
Yeah, the label would not send emails.
Nothing in writing.
Nothing in writing to my management. They would call my management, 10 times in a row, trying to get all of this, trying to, just plead their case. Now, there was nothing even to be, they didn't like the optic, in my opinion, they didn't like the optics.
Of two Drake foes teaming up.
Right.
Yeah. Did there a line they pinpointed?
Censor? Yeah, they pinpointed a line where the phrase trump card, right? And so stupid. Like, it's like the phrase trump card was used, and they said that they didn't want any problem with Trump.
Fucking industry, bro. I swear, bro. Imagine your label saying they don't want problems with Trump.
What the hell?
What the fuck? Bruh. What are we even on, man? We are in such a fucked, spineless. Everybody is on some bitch-made spineless shit, bro. I swear, man. Like, oh my God.
Or something like that as well.
Unrelated to...
Yeah, unrelated. Even unrelated. Yeah, totally unrelated.
Just a Trump...
Yeah.
A Trump,
yeah.
So you felt like
they were bullshit.
Looking for something.
Of course, they were looking for
to halt the optics.
1,000%. That's my.
And how did you guys take that? They said either censor this verse, take him off, or what?
Well, we ignored it because it was so crazy to us. We like, nah, this can't be real. Like, this can't be real. So we ignored it, and then one day, I believe it was Steve Gawley made the call.
A lawyer
at UMG, and was like, hey, look, I'm not stupid, guys. You guys aren't, changing anything. We'll drop the clips. Pusha has to stay.
To me, that is the craziest part about it. That's the craziest part about all. Like, to just have your lawyer call and be like, listen, I know y'all not dropping nothing, so y'all not gonna like drop the lyrics, whatever. So, the clips can go. Pusha has to stay.
What?
All this over a Kendrick verse. And the optics. This is what I'm saying when I say that beef changed the landscape of the industry. It affected everyone. That's insane to me, man.
And we'll just have to move on. But that doesn't work.
Sure.
That doesn't work. Ultimately, we were like, yo, what's the way to do the business? Like, how can we buy ourselves off of this label?
Right. And Steven Victor, your manager, gave an interview with Billboard. He said there was essentially a 7-figure payment to free you guys from your contract.
Yeah.
They're going to take a little bit of profit off of this new album.
Yep.
So here we are 20 years later, and you're still in the
label
thick of
drama.
it with label drama.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy. The one thing I could say is shout out to Pusha T for standing his ground. And that's what we see now. We see Pusha basically standing his ground, basically like saying like, yo, I'm going to say what I want to say. I feel like people are so quick to give up like their right to free form expression, especially in music. It's insane. But shout out to them for standing their ground. And that's the reason why they're respected lyrically in hip hop the way that they are, is because you see them showcase their integrity each and every time. Now, they previewed Kendrick's verse, and I can't play it because y'all already know YouTube's gonna chop it. Kendrick previewed his verse, and let's go through this verse a little bit. We want to see if there's anything in here that, a label would have a problem with. So here we are. We're gonna go straight to Kendrick Lamar's verse. So Kendrick Lamar's verse is verse 3. So Kendrick Lamar start this off with, I'm not the candidate to vibe with. I don't fuck with the kumbaya. All that talent must be God sent. I sent your ass back to the cosmic. The things I seen under my eyelids, kaleidoscope dreams, murder and siren. Let's be clear, hip hop died again. Half of my profits may go to Rakim. How many Judases done let me down? But fuck it, the West is mine, we right now. Interesting line right here where I feel like, I don't know, J. Cole probably reading this like, bruh. Damn, I try to stay out of this, man. So, I mean, this one of those lines that could apply to all types of people, but ended it off with the West is mine, we right now. I think there's a lot of people that could fit under this line and feel some type of way about this bar. Game? Just saying. Just one? You know what I'm saying? Just saying. It said, therapy showed me how to open up. It also showed me I don't give a fuck. This would be one line that I think a lot of people are going to caption. You know, LeBron James started it. He captioned it. Yeah. The two-time Gemini with the genocide. I'm generous however you want it. I'll be the gentle kind. Gentlemen and gangsters connect. The agenda of mine. Move niggas up out of here. This shit get gentrified. That boy Kendrick ain't playing no games. Heavy jeans like Genevieve's, I drop your Pentagon and show up at your gender reveal and tell them, give me mine. Now, I saw somebody mention that this could be a Joey shot. I'm not 100% sure where they was going with it, but keep that in mind. I son niggas, I am the general, where my gin and juice. Every song in the book of Genesis, the sonics boom. Niggas want the tea on me, well here's the ginger root. I generate residuals, bitch, get off my gendals. Yo, Kendrick ain't fucking with niggas, man. They said you couldn't reach Gen Z, you fucking dickheads. You must be full of that ginseng, here comes the jinx. Yeah, ain't genetics, been synthetic, scream they genius. A finger wave, they all fall, niggas is Jenga. God gave me light, a good year full of. Shout out to Kendrick. Now look, the way I look at this is, it is what it is, man. I don't see anything in that. If this was the verse that they were going crazy about, to me, I don't see something that says, we gotta drop y'all. I don't see none of that. But in their eyes, they look at this as, you got two of his foes on a record together and they talking their shit. Maybe they can't decipher the lyrics in the correct way, but they looking at it like they talking their shit. We can't put these two up on this pedestal together. You know what that's gonna do to the boy?
Don't say a word, brother.
The boy is already suing us. You know what that's gonna do to him? It's gonna make him more emotional. This is how you know somebody is emotionally unstable. And if the nigga is emotionally unstable, as we've seen, especially now, I don't know, he got some other shit going on where he came out with somebody, basically picked a side. But this is where we're at. We're in a space where people are afraid to sue because people are afraid of retaliation, especially this label is afraid of retaliation, doesn't want anything to happen to them as far as litigation goes, doesn't want to be liable for anything because they're like, hey, we're already in the battle. We don't want to be in another battle. And it's a sad thing to see. And it further goes on to show you that he does not care about music. He doesn't care about the music industry. He doesn't care about artists. It's all about himself. It's always self-serving.
Whore.
So this is where we're at because of it. And also, UMG, spineless for the move. I get it. You don't want to get sued. You don't want anything to be thrown into whatever, but this is a spineless move when it comes to you representing artists. Now, it is what it is. I didn't see anything in that should say, oh, we gotta let them go. I just saw Kendrick talking his shit on rec. And I don't know. I guess UMG just didn't want to be behind promoting that. And, you know, for them to add that to the lawsuit. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, man. How do you feel about the Clipse album? How do you feel about Kendrick's verse? Let me know in the comment section, man. Listen, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Violate that like button for your boy. It's your boy Good. BigZoeTV. Let's go.
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it.